Seems like most people joined already. So what I'll do is I'll just kick off and we can recap if needed. We'll have a Q&A at the end of the session. So if you've got any questions at all, just let us know. So I'm Michael O'Leary. I'm the sales country manager here, covering all energy solutions EPQ in the UK and Ireland. And we have our technical manager, Roy Smith. He covers any technical questions, all support that side in the UK and Ireland as well. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump straight into it. So welcome to the webinar. Everyone's muted for the time being, so you avoid any background noise. This session will be recorded and emailed to all participants. At the end of the webinar, we'll have a Q&A session, like I mentioned. To ask any questions, please just use the Q&A window or the chat tab. And just to let you know, we will be attending the Solar Storage Live from the 23rd to the 25th of September. You will see our product on Bimble Solar at booth P72, HDM Solar at booth C21C, and Powerland booth D57A. Without further ado. So this just gives you an idea of where we're situated globally. So we're covering North America, Canada, US, all of Europe, Germany, Spain, Netherlands, UK, Poland, Italy, France, and Greece, and then Latin America, Middle East, and the Pacific Asia. And again, just a guide of what we are. We are a top 5 global company. So it was founded in 2001, listed on the NASDAQ and CSIQ in 2006, and solar module capacity up to 61 gigawatt. And again, with a huge record here, 142 gigawatt cumulative modules delivered globally and a world class. So we're a tier 1 solar company. Tier 1 solar storage company. And again, the list just keeps going on there. World's most trustworthy company, seal of excellence and sustainability. Again, products portfolio. Roy will go more in depth with this, but this is just a quick idea of what we do. We've got the residential, CNI, and utility scale as well. And again, just a bit of history and milestones from us. In 2021, Eternal Planet was established. 2022, the EPQ home energy storage system was mass production, officially enters the US market. In 23, the EPQ home energy storage system officially enters the European and UK market. And 23 again, EPQ energy storage systems officially enters the Japanese market. In 24, the EPQ home energy storage system passed the Japan JET certification. And 25, the EPQ home energy storage system has a 3-phase product released. And our awards and honors. So we've got Solar Reviews 2023 Best Solar Cell, Solar Surge 2023 Best Solar Cell, 8th International Energy Storage Innovation Competition 2024 Energy Storage Excellent Product Award, Solar Reviews 2024 Most Valued Solar Cell, and Italy Global Energy Award 2024. And again, 2025, you can see the list just goes on and on and on. And then always by your side here. So we offer extensive support. So we are a 360 partner here. So we've got the full on-site, pre-sales, technical sales, everything, marketing, support, you can name it. So you've got the tech product training on site, installation training, commissioning, product design, and then again, commissioning support, tech support, road shows, trade shows, webinars, and it goes on. And again, we'll have all these group chats set up for guaranteed 30-minute response time. We'll have on-site for your first installation. We'll come to site and assist your install, full after-sales support, the whole shebang there. Again, EPQ University. So this is really goal. So we have the training courses. We offer continuous technical training and updates in a quick, easy way. And then again, EPQ certified installer. So this is once you have your full training sessions, you'll be a certified installer. You'll get your certificate. You'll be able to market that will be able to support you better and pretty much just go over everything you actually need. Again, top installer award. And again, this is really cool. Once you reach a certain point, you'll get like a top installer award. We invite you out. You get your certificates, full training days. And again, this is extensive support that we continuously offer. So again, anything sales related, you'll have myself, the sales team supporting you, technical related, Roy and his team supporting you. You'd have a continuous support on-site, pre-sales and sales. So again, it's not just the product, you get the support with it as well. So that's from me. So this is where Roy's going to jump in and cover anything technical related. So Roy, without further ado, mate.
Great, thanks, Michael. Let me just share my screen quickly. Okay, Mike, can you see my screen properly there? Then I can start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, my name is Roy Smithies, technical engineer for EP Cube for UK and Ireland. Anything technical, I'm the person that will help you with the product. The EP Cube is an all-in-one solution. Made up of the inverter, the batteries, everything is stackable via quick plug and play connectors. And it all contributes to quick and easy installation, simplified logistics, and cost savings. We'll get into each of these points in the presentation as we go along. As I mentioned, it's an all-in-one solution. It is made up of the inverter, the batteries, and the base. Everything you require for the installation is in the box, and it is all installed physically in one location, everything interconnected together in one unit. Each of the battery modules is 5 kilowatt hours of usable power, and weighs less than 42 kilograms. The inverter and all the goodies that go with the inverter weighs around 38 kilograms. So it is easy to transport, handle, and install. Some of the main features, I'm just going to list them over here, and then we'll get to each of these in detail in the following slides. Already mentioned, it's an all-in-one solution, sleek, compact design. It can go inside the house without looking unsightly, unmatched flexibility. The details of that to follow, but anything you need to do with this unit comes standard in the box. Quick and easy installation. The guys on site have done 2 or 3 of the installs. The physical installation of the inverter and the batteries shouldn't take much more than half an hour, saving you time and money. Quick and easy installation and setup, seamless compatibility, intelligent management, and safe and reliable. So let's get into the detail of this now. Being an all-in-one solution, everything is in one stack. The hybrid inverter, the junction box where you make your connections, all the communication modules, the batteries, and the base. There we just show the difference between our single-phase unit, which is currently available on the market, and the 3-phase unit, which has just been launched and is on sale in Germany at the moment. We've also got our 3-phase gateway for connecting several 3-phase units together. On the flexibility, it's the same unit, the same inverter, hybrid inverter for anywhere between 5 and 20 kilowatt hours on the single phase, and anywhere between 10 and 40 kilowatt hours on the 3-phase. The inverter is a 7.6 kilowatt inverter, and it is used on every installation. Let's just look at the single phase for residential. Just briefly mentioned 7.6 kilowatt hours. Now that is 7.6 kilowatt hours on site. What we do with our installation, with the DNO certification, whether it be G98 all the way up to G100, that limit will be set on the export to the grid or import from the grid, and the rest of the power is available to be used inside. So if you need 3.6 kilowatt hours for G98, you don't have to have a 3.6 kilowatt inverter, which limits the internal use in the property. The batteries go from 5 to 20 kilowatt hours. Everything is plug and play. It is either floor or wall mounted. That's one of the very few optional extras that we've got, is a wall mounting kit. Indoor and outdoor installation, we'll get into that, I think it's in the next slide, and integrated backup up to 7.6 kilowatts. So if we are using a few kilowatts in the house, we can still export to the grid as well, up to a total of 7.6 kilowatts. We've got 100% depth of discharge. So if you buy a 5 kilowatt hour module, you get full usable 5 kilowatt hours. So we can go from 100% fully charged to 0% fully discharged on the batteries. This is on the 3-phase unit that we're looking at there. We have got 4 independent MPPTs, and we can have panels in multiple orientations on the roof. Again, this is 3-phase from the 7.6 up to 60 kilowatt hours. Sorry, up to 60 kilowatts, depending on the options that you choose, and up to 200 kilowatt hours of storage on the 3-phase with the use of the gateway. So the EP Cube would fit every project that you require. Single product codes, one for 3-phase, one for single phase. Simplifies the logistics. So in your warehouse, you will have one inverter code, one battery code, and one base code for the products. To speed up the installations, I mean, the old saying, time is money. If you're on site for an extra hour connecting up all the batteries via DC cables to the inverter, connecting up data from the batteries to control and monitor them up to the inverter, getting that communication sorted out, it actually does waste time. So with our quick connectors, you will just stack the units on top of each other, all plug and play. You should be able to install the physical unit within 30 minutes. Faster rollouts, lower labor costs, and more completed job with the same crew in a single day. The compact design and scalable power. 4 batteries, stands at just 164 centimeters. Each battery weighs 42 kilograms, making the transport and installation very simple. You can see on the side of the batteries the integrated handles for installation and moving the units around and stacking them together. Very strong, very robust. And then the side covers go and finish off the unit very nice. Future-proof flexibility. Within the first 2 years of installing a battery solution, you'd be able to upgrade it to the maximum. So if you install a single battery at 5 kilowatt hours, within the next 2 years, you could add a second, a third, and a fourth battery as you go along. The only restriction we've got there is because of the imbalance between the batteries. We have to have some sort of limit so that the batteries are matched. No tools required for physically stacking these, except a small screwdriver just to screw them together with the little brackets on the side. Slim design. Very powerful, easy to place, looks good inside, looks good outside. Here we've got the dimensions of the unit, a very slimline figure. We're looking at around about 16 centimeters for the width of the batteries and 28 centimeters for the width of the inverter. And all natural airflow behind the batteries to keep the system cool. It's not only a storage grid tied type of solution, it is full backup. We have got an output AC port, so in the event of a power failure, we do have an island mode where we can connect up our essential load onto the backup port and continue working in the event of a power outage. Safety and reliability. Lithium iron phosphate batteries are inherently safe. They've got an IP rating of 67. Some of our shows that we do, Intersolar, etc., we've actually got the batteries operating in a fish tank full of water, just to show you how safe they actually are. They meet one of the most stringent battery test performances and UL 9540 performance criteria. We've got ways to prevent thermal leakage, very high stability, long lifespan, the integrated transfer switch with full backup up to 7.6 kVA, and the warranty is a 10-year warranty of 6,000 cycles, only losing in that 10 years or 6,000 cycles up to 20% of the battery, so you will have a guaranteed 80% of initial capacity at the end of 10 years. And what is important to bear in mind is each cycle of charge discharge is from 100% all the way down to 0%. Continuing the safety and reliability, the batteries are designed for a very wide operating range from -20 to +50 degrees, which will take care of these harshest winters and the harshest summers we've got here in the UK. We've got a gel between the batteries to prevent thermal runaway, and what we've also got is pretty good battery management to ensure that there is no damage to the batteries when we're running into temperature anomalies, etc. Continuing with the safety and reliability, the IP67 rating was obtained through 1,000 hours of spray salt test on the actual system itself, which means we can install as close to 500 meters from the coastline. We are certified to several international standards. I don't know of any others that would be needed, and as previously mentioned, the 10-year warranty. Compatibility. The EP Cube will work with any existing solar install, or it can be installed in a sort of greenfields type of environment, where it is the only device in the home. It works with optimizers and microinverters. The MPPT inputs can take the high power PV modules up to 17 amps, and it integrates into sort of third-party devices such as EV chargers, but more on that a little bit later. The Home Connect, the smart savings, we've got seamless integration between EP Cube and Home Connect for smarter, greener living. We can automatically start operating appliances such as dishwashers during peak solar production or low tariffs. The smart coordination reduces the energy costs for the customers while maximizing clean and renewable power. Let's give a simple example. You've got a tumble dryer full of damp clothes, and you need it dry by the time you get home from work. You would set up the system to say optimize the drying, and then when the batteries are full and the sun is at optimal power, the EP Cube will give the command to the tumble dryer to start working, and it will then do it in the most efficient manner possible within the time periods that you select. Just looking at a sort of a high-level schematic diagram of the EP Cube. If you look at the sort of the bottom half of the diagram, you could have new installed PV DC connected into the EP Cube, and the EP Cube then connected to the grid, non-backup loads and backup loads. That would be a typical new installation. If we've got existing PV on the roof, at the top sort of row we're looking at, we could look at the PV inverter. We will get the information from the PV inverter, feed that into the EP Cube, so it will then make use of the existing PV from your existing installation and use that in its algorithms, knowing when to charge, when to discharge, and when to export to the grid. What that means is, for a new system, we could be either DC coupled or AC coupled if we've got existing solar on the roof and an existing inverter, or we could have a combination of both AC as well as DC coupled, having news PV connected to the EP cube and existing PV connected via an existing inverter. And that speaks to the flexibility that we mentioned with in the earlier slides. Looking at the operational modes of the unit, it will operate in self-consumption mode, optimizing when the batteries are charged, what power goes to the grid, when the batteries are discharged, and what would go out to the grid. We've also got a time of use operation where we have got certain times where the batteries could be charged with free or cheap power from the grid and exported at other times as well. Or we could have a backup mode where in the event of a power outage, we have got a guaranteed fixed percentage of the battery left between 50 and 100%. So we could reserve 50% of the battery for backup. So if at any point we have a power outage, there will be a guaranteed minimum of 50% of the power available for backup. Intelligent management. The app itself is a single app for the installers and for the end users, giving full control of the system. Includes commissioning, over-the-air updates, frequently asked questions for the end client, as well as tech support interface. We can log a call using the app. The intelligent management, we've got a portal where we can go in and look at all of the details, including reserve state of charge, PV string data, grid voltage, battery cell data, etc. We also offer a design tool, not only for the residential side, but for the commercial side as well. Full 3D modeling, string design, uses weather data, sunlight data, and you could have various different orientations of the panels all feeding in there to give you the design that you required. Pretty decent documentation that it produces for quotations to your end customers. What's up coming next? Now I'm running a little bit short of time here, so the EP Cube home energy management solutions. This will take historic data, weather forecast data, load consumption, PV generation forecasts, run it through all the AI models, and then decide to what storage, what happens with the storage, what to do with the generation, and what to use on the load. And this will be updated every 30 minutes. We're looking at enhanced connectivity very shortly. This will be controlling smart plugs, dynamic pricing. We're busy with that trial at the moment, running Octopus Energy dynamic pricings to say when we charge, when we discharge the batteries. And just looking at the roadmap, the three-phase EP Cube has just been released. The first couple of installations have been very successful in Europe. But the three-phase gateway, we're looking at a home HMI interface. We're looking at small-scale CNI coming up soon, integration with EV chargers, and then towards 2027, we're looking at the EP Cube version 2, as well as higher capacity batteries, all on the roadmap for the future. We've got successful deployments throughout Europe and South Africa and the UK. I would guess we're probably sitting about 2,500 to 3,000 units installed in the EMEA region at the moment. And thank you very much for your attention. Michael will be conducting the questions and answers going forward. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you, Roy. Yeah, awesome. Okay, we're straight into the Q&A. We haven't got much longer left, so we can answer a few questions. So Charles, so just regarding your questions, will the batteries charge at -20? So just to touch base on that, so any of the LiPo batteries, due to its chemistry, will not charge at such a temperature because it is just too low. That
Okay,
answer.
I can add to that. The actual battery management side of things will monitor and allow or disallow the charging at certain rates. And as soon as you start discharging the batteries at a very low temperature, they will start to warm up, and then it'll increase the discharge rate as well.
Okay, so second question. Hugh, so on this version of the batteries have increased from the 3.3 kilowatt to the 5 kilowatt. Has the inverter remained the same, and how long will the 3.3 kilowatt batteries be available? So to answer your questions, the inverter is the same for the single phase. The 3.3s are available, but will be out phased. Again, we can update shortly once we have all the information, but for now, they're still available. So again, Hugh, on the batteries, is the charging still 0.2C? That's a question for you.
What we've got is the overall charge rate of the batteries is half C, but that would depend on the actual size of the system. So we've got if we've got a 5 kilowatt hour battery, we'd be charging at 2.5 kilowatts maximum charge discharge. And if we go up to 10 kilowatts with two batteries, we'd then be looking at a 5 kilowatt charge rate, and then 7 and sort of 15 kilowatts and 20 kilowatt hour batteries, we'd be looking at the maximum of about 7.5 kilowatt charging and discharging.
Okay. We'll answer two more questions because I've seen them pop through. So another one from Hugo. So the NA version has arc detection and Tigo RSD. Will this be available in EU model? I'm not 100% sure. Let me double check. Bear with me.
Michael, could you just repeat that question, please?
Yeah, so the NA version has arc detection and Tigo RSD. Will this be available in the EU model?
Okay, I'm not sure of that answer.
Double check. While we double check, I'll quickly pop to the next one and I'll come back to that. So Charles again, will there be a backward compatibility between the 5 kilowatt hour new battery and the older 3.3 kilowatt hour battery? If not, how will the older customers add additional batteries to their system?
Okay.
If they're compatible, can they mix old and new batteries together?
Okay. No, you can't mix the old and the new batteries together. Physically, they won't fit, but technically they won't fit either. So we will have stock of the older batteries for a fair amount of time if the person would like to upgrade, bearing in mind the 2-year limitation for upgrading we've got on the batteries. And if they wanted to at a later stage upgrade, they would need to replace the actual batteries. But I don't see us not having the stock of the 3.3 kilowatt hour battery for several years.
Yeah. So once the stock's gone, you'd have to upgrade to the 5 kilowatt hour batteries. That's absolutely fine. Okay. And I'll answer this. Is there any progress on the EN-50529-1 certification? So I'll have to confirm that. So Hugh, what I'll do is I'll come back to you and confirm these two questions you have, because we are running out of time now. So what I'll do is I'll wrap it up from here, and what we'll do is we'll touch base with you and confirm the two questions. Perfect. Well, for now, that's everything from us. I hope you enjoyed the webinar, and yeah, we'll see you at the Solar and Storage Show. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Goodbye.